Hey, good morning. It is Monday morning, I believe November 23rd, and this is Thanksgiving week. This is the Monday morning chat, and it's where we are so fortunate to come together and talk about our wonderful experiences with LifeWave products, especially the X39, because that is the star of the show. But boy, there's a lot of powerful stuff out there in our LifeWave tool chest. And I thought it'd be kind of fun today to come in and talk about the story that the experience you've had with X39 or any of the patches, if you have something even more fabulous that's happened to you, that we're the most grateful for. And I'm actually going to launch it off because I haven't really talked about this for so long. But the whole reason that I'm in LifeWave, thank you, Robin, is for a very sad reason. My husband was so ill. He had two major organs that were basically labeled failing, and he had his personality, sense of humor. He literally couldn't walk across the room, couldn't put on two socks in a row without resting. And Robin told me about this product. I sort of had to get it out of her because we were both doing something else at the time. And I just said, if it'll help Walt, I have to know about it. And I researched stem cells per se. I ordered it right away. I trust Robin. I just ordered it right away. And then I researched stem cells and watched this documentary that was on at the time. I was so excited. I called her a week later and said, Robin, I have to switch businesses. And over a gradual 3 months, my husband came back to me. He was 83 at the time. He is now going to turn 86 in March. And so LifeWave X39 was fairly new at the time. Barely had been on, publicly on for about 2.5 months, maybe. What was March? It was February 14th, actually, when I ordered it. And he's come back. He goes out and walks the dog 3-4 times a day. Sometimes he goes and walks without her. She didn't care. She's sleeping then. Anyway, and he's going to be 86. And at that time, I was looking at a guy. I know this is kind of long, but I'm sorry, I got a hair sticking, my sticky lip stuff. Anyway, I looked at him at 83 and I thought, I don't know if he's going to be here tomorrow. And I was pretty sure he wouldn't be here in a month. Now I look at him and I see a guy who has some years left, and his personality, sense of humor, everything's back. I am the most grateful, the absolute most grateful for that, because I just know in my heart of hearts that he wouldn't be with us today if it weren't for X39. And, is he jumping around and climbing mountains again? No, but he's got life in him. It's just awesome. So that's what I'm most grateful for. Remember, it doesn't matter if you think your story is little or big. It's just, every story is important. So please come on and share. I'm going to be quiet now.
I do want to add to that, Karen, as you jumped in on February 14th, and then you, Gregory, and I went to the official global launch of X39 in Los Angeles, March 31st.
Yes.
And on the cruise. And so
yes,
we were all in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I'm all in forever. It was like I had a bad concussion in an auto accident and I haven't been as focused, but I'm pretty sure I'm working through all of that. And I won't ever, unless something's unforeseen I don't know about, I'm sticking with this company. I want to help as many people as possible. Like Robin helped us. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay.
Good morning, all. I just wanted to say good morning.
Oh, that's a wonderful
Good
thing.
morning. Thank you.
Good morning, Mike.
I'm going to share not really a story yet, but, a dear friend got a really, really horrible diagnosis on Friday, and she drove 2 hours and was with the neurosurgeon this morning. And I went over yesterday, and I was so grateful that I had something that would be helpful for her in this challenging time, and just went over with all the patches. Well, the basic 3 that everyone needs to have is, Eon, glutathione, and X39 for any state. And I think Dr. Jeffrey did a wonderful job the other night of really distinguishing. We're not treating diseases. We're really helping the body do what the body does best, is return to homeostasis. So I was just being very, very grateful that I was able to at least support her in this challenging time. And we don't know what's going to unfold. It's a rough road she's got ahead of her, but I feel like we've got some powerful tools that can make it easier.
Thank you, Robin. And you know, it is so huge to not feel helpless, to realize we do have something we can offer. We don't know exactly what the outcome is going to be, but we know it's going to be better than it was. So thank you, Robin, for sharing that. That's a big deal. Who's next?
I'll go.
Thanks, John.
I haven't been on here in a while. And I'm really grateful for X39, Ice Wave, glutathione, ion, and carnosine. And the reason I say that is because, sorry, I was eating my first meal of the day. The reason I say that is because this is the time for us in Florida where it's almost like spring cleaning, and I've been doing my honeydew list. And so I was at the end of a 4,000 PSI pressure cleaner for 9.5 hours, 3 Saturdays ago, nonstop, never stopped. Did the whole house, the driveway, the sidewalk, the curb outside, the lanai, the gutters, and up on a ladder. Yesterday, I was up and down a ladder. I ripped our screen enclosure out on the front because it was looking like crap. Ripped it all out, painted up and down the ladder. And literally, I'm 68 years old. I felt like I was 30 and 40 years old. I was able to do everything. Now, the day I was on the pressure cleaner, Sunday, I felt a little discomfort, but Monday morning, it was like I didn't do any work over the weekend at all. Yesterday, I worked outside on that for another 8 hours. And this morning, I felt like I never did any work. So, for me, these patches, I've worn them for 18 months now. I believe in when you read about the copper peptide and the remodeling that can happen to your genes. I truly believe that's happened, that probably 30 to 40% of my genes are now like when I was 20 to 30 to 40 years old. So
that's awesome.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And John, here's the thing, there, as life has gone on, they have been saying things like, oh, 50's the new 30. Well, with LifeWave, 70's the new 25 or 30.
I agree.
Okay, and John, this is probably a completely inappropriate thing to say.
That's all right.
But I love looking at your face. You have the most beautiful, classic face.
Well, also I can say to everyone, please get your letters in fast because the time is near.
All right, Santa. Thank you. Okay, we digress. I couldn't help myself. I just had to say it. I hate to think a nice thought and not say it out loud.
Well,
okay, who's next?
Well, just let everyone know who doesn't know John is the reason he looks the way he looks at this time of year is he's getting ready to be the big guy. So just know that we've got Santa Claus in our midst. So just get those letters in.
I am the big guy.
You are the big guy. There you go. Love it.
I'd like to tag on to Santa's alter ego, John. When it comes to the working out, I've been helping someone move, and for a week back and forth to the Goodwill and all that. Those people know me by name now when they see me. But anyway, it hadn't occurred to me really. Helen asked me, "How are you doing?" And I thought, "I'm fine," because I'm used to it now. I just put the patches on and do whatever it is. So I'm kind of used to feeling fine by just using the patches, when I need them, before I need them. So they're good things. Keep it up.
Woo!
To be grateful for, huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
we're all grateful, aren't we? Who's next?
I'd like to share something.
All right.
So I just came back from Arizona, for those that don't know, visiting my mom and sister, helping them out with health issues. And while out there applying the patches, kind of a newbie here, and also made appointment to see and get treated by Dr. Nicholas. And while, of course, I picked his brains and got as much info as I could, but I counted it a real blessing and privilege and honor to do so. And he just taught me so much. And I had just to mention one of the quote popular or well-known feelings that you get in your arms and limbs sometimes, numbness and such. And, you know, it's that big A word we're all afraid of. And I told Dr. Nicholas about these things. He treated me, gave me an adjustment, but in literally minutes, the 30 or 40% that I've been feeling for
5
probably
kilometers beyond Blanc line, which
years.
is where this collision is. So about a 4-kilometer backup. On the eastbound
Oops,
401,
okay.
you'll find
Let's give somebody a minute to turn off their radio or TV.
I thought somebody was telling me, be quiet. I've
No,
talked enough.
keep going.
But anyway, he just literally helped me by going to the top of my shoulder where all 3 nerves apparently feed into the arm, and push down the Eon patch against those nerves, had me pump it a couple times, asked me if it's better, worse, or the same, and totally eliminated that numbness that I was feeling, and stiffness and locking up of my hands that was going on. So now it's been about a month and literally the same thing. I continue to treat it with the Eon patch, wearing the patch, not treating it, of course. And as I do so, it totally has handled it, and gotten several of my good close friends that know what I've gone through, got them excited because of it. So I just wanted to share with the group. It definitely helps to look at your, what's feeding down your arm sometimes if you have problems.
Is this where it is, right in here?
It is, if you reach your arm around the opposite side in the front and try to touch the top of your spine, and then just back up along your neckline about an inch or 2.
Okay,
because right in there, and he made it clear. He says, it's close enough because all 3 go down that area from the spine. So that's the area. And he has a 2-minute video, FYI, that addresses it. If you go to his area on YouTube, and if you look for shoulders, I think it's called shoulder, elbow, and hand or wrist, because all 3, anything to do with your arm, apparently, he says 9 times out of 10, that's the source. So, and what you do is you just rub that point, put pressure till it almost hurts a little bit, and then put with the Eon patch, and then pump your hand like this. That way, it gets the flows going, and then you'll see miraculous results. So anyway, that's it. I'll be quiet.
Mike, I'm very grateful for you right now. And this is the value of the Monday morning chat. My son-in-law just had major open heart surgery, had to have his aorta rebuilt. He was a ticking time bomb. And he thinks that maybe the IV put some kind of nerve stuff, but he is having big problems with his arm. You just gave me even more hope. I haven't been able to actually patch him. I wasn't sure exactly where to do it for that. So, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for you. And this is what happens with all of us. You don't know what somebody else is dealing with. And when you step forward and you share your story and what you've learned, it's just tremendous. So God bless you, Mike. Thank you.
Likewise, Karen. And yeah, there is a God above, because sometimes we just get answers from our neighbor or friend, people just share. And I want to mention too, you might Also encourage them to wear the X39, but the Eon opens the flows and helps with inflammation. So
Good.
that'll, both of those together will work miraculously.
I'm going to send him this YouTube video and let him listen to you in person. Well, not really in person, but technologically. So, and that's
Right.
why everybody that steps up, you don't know who you're going to touch. So thank you, every one of you who steps forward and shares your experiences and special blessings.
I want to do a commercial for people that are new. We have an unfair advantage. If you know anyone in the Phoenix area or willing to go there, Dr. Nicholas has a walk-in clinic. He is our sponsor. People can go in and he's there from 3 to 6 in the afternoon. If you want to spend extra time with him for business, you can call him and set that up ahead of time. But he will patch you. You will be patched by the master. You can send your friends there. They will be patched by the master. They will leave with patches, end up in your business. So it's an unfair advantage we have as a team to have Dr. Nicholas, who's been with LifeWave over 12 years and has patched thousands and thousands of people, probably more than anybody else in the whole company. So we are very, very blessed. And just know, if you know anyone who knows anyone in the Phoenix area, send them to it's called Helping Hands Chiropractic in Glendale, I believe, and we can get you I can get the details and put it in the bottom of the chat. So just know that's a really fabulous advantage we have as a team.
Thank you, Robin. And that is important to know. I sometimes forget to tell people that.
And
awesome.
If I could just also, just backing up what Robin said, I am a result of that. Robin turned me on, Helen turned me on to Robin, Robin turned me on to Dr. Nicholas. Next thing I know, I'm in his clinic one-on-one with my mom, 86 years old, also witnessing what's going on. So she's not ignorant to because she's a nurse and in the medical crutches of the medical community a lot, so I wanted her to see firsthand and hear Dr. Nicholas. So yeah, it's fabulous. And I paid, I think it was like $25 for the adjustment. I mean, it was nothing, so it's very, very cool.
Thank you. That's awesome. All right. Who's next? Who gets to bless us next?
I want to say I'm very thankful and grateful for Karen when she did her presentation about LifeWave. I was there and it was like God was whispering in my ear, you're going to add this to your wellness business. And I have been able to help so many friends and customers with my other business, adding the patches on. It's just been amazing. Personally in our family, we've seen some great changes, but especially in my older clients that I had with my other business, the patches have just improved their life so much more that I am just very grateful I was there that day and got to hear Karen. You have blessed me in many ways.
I'm grateful right back. It works two ways, you guys. It's awesome. Thank you. What time is it? Oh, we're at the end. Anybody want to pop in before we go?
This is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
How are you guys?
Great.
So this whole time frame that we've had the last few months has been an eye-opener. I've stayed on my patches, of course, the whole time and more. My son got in a car accident, severe car accident, and broke 7 bones in his face and his pelvic and all kinds of things. So I got him out of the hospital as fast as we could because we couldn't go into the hospital. So putting the patches on, I talked to Dr. Nicholas many times, and we did different protocols, and he had no bruising. He had 3 surgeries on his face. I say if it weren't for the patches, he wouldn't have recovered as fast as he did, and plus the anxiety. And after that, we moved on to, I ended up with frozen shoulder syndrome in June, which basically you lose movement of your arm. So again, Dr. Nicholas was my go-to, and I'm now at about 80% movement, where frozen shoulder, I found out after doing research, only 61% of people get full 100% movement back in their arm. So I'm constantly working on that, but the patches have been amazing. Actually, I stopped going to my therapist because they weren't doing anything to help me move forward. And then the last thing is my father-in-law had heart surgery. All this has happened in all these few months, of course. And his kidneys started acting up and the doctors don't know why. So they've been watching him, and they said to him about 2 weeks ago that they wanted to do a biopsy. And he said, well, why are you doing a biopsy? Well, because we don't know what's wrong with you. Your kidneys are acting up. So he's 80 years old. He's now been on the patches for about 15 days. And we're going to see at the end of this month how his tests come out with his doctor, but he's not going to do a biopsy yet. We're going to keep patching him. So
Awesome.
It's been a life wave time for us in our family, big time.
Good. We'll be looking forward to an update. I do want to remind everybody, we do not treat, diagnose, or cure any disease state, but we definitely can wear patches and watch those symptoms recede. Okay, awesome. Well, Robin, Gregory, do you want to make an announcement for tonight and maybe the rest of the week? It's Thanksgiving week. What's going on?
Gregory? Gregory, you want to do it? Again, you're on mute, Gregory.
Go ahead, Robin.
Well, as you know, in the US, we have our neighbors up north. We have our Thanksgiving this week, and you know that's a really big deal for us in the States. And so we're celebrating that on Thursday, so we won't have a chat on Thursday morning. We will put that in the newsletter that you'll get this afternoon. And a tradition that Gregory and I have had for many, many years is to take time this week and as a community express gratitude. So our call tonight will be inviting everyone to share whatever you're grateful for. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be related to the business or the product. Excuse me, 1 second here. Okay, that's much better. So please invite everyone to join us. It's always a very, very sweet call that we have. We'll unmute everybody and have everybody have, whoever wants to have an opportunity to share and whatever you're grateful for, because it's a really, really special time. Anyone have any comments about anything? So we don't, Dr. Nicholas does not have a call on Wednesday this week because of the holiday. So we will have our call tomorrow night with Dr. Barbara Jennings. And we just won't be having our chat on Thursday morning and special call tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Robin. Thanks everyone who came on. Thanks everyone who shared. It takes all of us.
All right.
With that, it's a wrap.
Okay. Thank you, Karen. Fabulous.
Bye, everybody.
It's my honor
Grateful for all of us.
and pleasure.
Thanks, Karen. Beautiful. Bye, everyone.
Karen rocks.
Thank you.
Thanks.